everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is DecomRecon. I'm Dave, and this is the Recon Report. Today, we're going to go over what we did last video, which was Galaxian and Galaga. We're going to talk about some statistics, some interesting facts about the two, and then we're going to tell you about what's going on for the next video. Really interesting. So let's just jump right in and get into it. So a funny thing that happened, I was talking to some people, just talking about my channel, and I was talking about Galaxian and Galaga, and in the video I told you about how these shooters, whenever you shot, it would physically have to either clear the screen or hit an alien. And it was interesting because I was talking to these people and they didn't know that, and it was good. And this is the interesting stuff that I'm trying to bring out. So just remember, when you're shooting and you're playing these games, make sure that you time your shots the right way, because like when I was shooting in Galaxian, the three aliens that come down, if I missed once and I knew I wasn't going to get them. So just, here's a little hint and trick for you. So let's get into Galaxian. Galaxian was Namco's first major arcade video game hit. It was second highest grossing arcade game of 79. And in 1980, in Japan, the second highest grossing arcade game was also 1980 in the United States. Japan and the United States. Just to revolutionize the gaming industry is pretty amazing. So it became, in 1980 in the United States, the best-selling arcade game of all time, and the number of 50,000 arcade units were sold by 1982. Who would have thought, right? It's new, I get it, but still, who would have thought? Galaxian was designed by Kazorni Sawano, sorry about these names, I'm really not good at it, who had previously worked on many Namco electronic mechanical shooting gallery arcades. Now, when I'm talking about shooting arcades, these were these big boxes, and you had a gun that was on there, and you had a glass, and you would literally shoot objects, movable mechanical objects, and it was all by lights and sight and everything. I grew up with that, and those were pretty much my games, and they evolved into videos or gaming, computer CGI, and it was, those were the fun times. I wish I could do videos on that because they were amazing. So this is really cool information. Coleco released a standalone mini arcade tabletop version of Galaxian in 1981. Now, what it did, it included Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, Frogger, and that sold 3 million units combined. I mean, again, look at all those things there. Unbelievable. Now, again, I don't have much on Galaxian, and we've talked about it. I've given you some insight on that, but let's jump over to Galaga, right? Galaga is the sequel to Galaxian. Galaga received critical acclaim and went on to become one of the most successful arcade games, routinely appearing in Japanese and American arcades and their charts till 1987. And through that, right? Unbelievable. Here's a little fact about it. Some enemies can morph into new enemy types with different attack patterns, with even taking on the form of the Galaxian flagship. I didn't know that. I guess that's in higher levels, because I didn't get there. There was Sega Galaga, the first home conversion of Galaga, published for the SG-1000 in 1983. In Europe, Aardvark Software released on an unofficial port of BBC Micro and Acorn Electron called Galaga in 1983. It was so widely a thing, it had to be copied, right? Galaga included in Namco compilations, including Namco Museum Volume 1, which was in 1995. Now, I actually thought I had the Namco. I don't. I have the Tatio and the Atari. And to be very honest with you, they don't have anything except Space Invaders, which I'll show you that, and we'll get into that whole gaming thing. But I apologize. Hopefully I have a picture somewhere here showing you. So, Galaga was listed in numerous publications among the greatest video games of all time. Here's one. Flux magazine ranked it at 57 on their top 100 videos in 95. Game Informer, which I used to read, listed it at 23 at top 200 games of all time in 2010. I mean, the list keeps going and going and going. And this is on Wikipedia if you want to go look on it. Any information that I give you, it's just to bring out into our videos, but it's on Wikipedia. And the final thing about Galaga is Galaga, whatever you guys call it, tell me. Galaga has made cameo appearances in films, including War Games. 1983, we know about that. It's very obvious. Go watch it. He's playing it. It's in Karate Kid, 1984. Oh, yeah, now I remember. I was going to say, no, I don't remember. They were in the arcade, and I think he left, and he got beat up at that point. See, I remember. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Now, this one in 1987, I did not. I watched it. I love John Candy. I love Steve Martin. 1987, I didn't know it. I don't remember it. So if anybody can tell me, please put it down in the comments. That'd be great. And the Avengers in 2012, I don't remember that. And more importantly, Pixels in 2015. And to be honest with you, if it wasn't in there, you'd be a fool. Because that was one of the best movies to portray that stuff. So I hope I gave you some insight there and hopefully some information. More importantly, so the next video that we are going to be, I will be showcasing video game is, he's probably either here or here. Over here. So, it's going to be Dig Dug, right? And, I've loved Dig Dug ever since I was a kid. I think it's a great game. I'm pretty good at it. I haven't played it in a while either. But we're going to learn about it. And we're going to go from there. So, here we go. The mantra. Dun, dun, dun. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and please comment. And don't forget, this is Dave, and this is the Recon Report. I'm out. See you next week.